Hello, lovely people. It is a gloomy but beautiful Valentine's Day here at the Mother Temple. God and Goddess, thank you so much for all of the blessings that you have given us. Thank you for this month of love where we can focus on all of the love that you have given to us, the love for existence, the love that we should be sharing for our brothers and sisters. Help us to remember the love that we are, that we came from, and to spread that love wherever we go so that we can make this world a garden paradise once more. Help us to be kind and remember why we came here and align with that mission. In the name of Elohim I pray. Amen. Today in the Nasarean calendar, it is actually a Sabbath. So the noontime peace contemplation here on our screen, our God and Goddess, immanent and transcendent, send to all your angel of peace. To your spiritual kingdom, send the angel of eternal life. Obviously a great day for jumping in the scriptures, and the first thing that I wanted to share with you was actually about these lovely flowers here, and the reason that I picked this variety that has this. It's coming from the Essene, or the Holy Megillah, the Nasarean Bible of the Essene Way, translated by Day of Greenleaf and available at essene.org. You can actually buy it from their newly updated website. You can also, under the video tab, sign up for the Mother Temple Church services, which it's going to be happening tomorrow here. And I'm super excited for that, getting to have a reading part in there. But like I was saying regarding these flowers, just a little detour. In chapter 97 of the Holy God's Bow, we read about the crucifixion. And in verse 92, it says, while the soldiers were occupied with the crucifixion of the second of the two thieves that were also being crucified that day, lo, Miriam placed a red rose and a white rose beneath Yahshua's cross. In her hair, she still wore the blue rose that he had given her. As she placed the red and white roses beneath the cross, several drops of Yahshua's blood dripped onto the blue rose in her hair. She saved and dried that rose, and for the remainder of her life, used it when she initiated new disciples into the order of the blue rose, the order of longest reach within their mystery school. After the crucifixion, she collected the red and white roses, both of which had drops of Yahshua's blood on them, and dried them. She used those roses when initiating future disciples into the order of the red rose and the order of the white rose. So you can kind of imagine this being one of the white roses that Yahshua's blood was actually dripped on. And I think it's just really, really a beautiful story. So that is why I picked those. And without further ado, let me make sure here that we are ready to go with the Canticle of Love in the Holy God spell. So this is going to be from chapter 24 of the Holy God spell. Hello to everybody in the live chat and everyone that is watching silently. I love this love canticle, and you're going to recognize some of it from the mainstream Bible because this beautiful text was taken and used by others. And you'll see how much more beautiful it is in the actual context of the Holy Megillah. Happy Valentine's Day to you too, David D. Thanks. Chapter 24, the Canticle of Love. Mother Goddess Love surpasses all other goddesses, for she is mother of them all, being mother of the all. Her way surpasses all other ways. Behold, if you sing with sweet voice, but without love, your song is sour like unripe citrus. And though your drum be made of wood from the tree of life, without love, your beat is without the rhythm of the heart, which is the rhythm of the sacred dance of the expansion of light. Yea, without love, your celestial gong is but a clanging cymbal. I tell you truly, if you speak the language of heavenly cherubim, but have not love, you are not in heaven, and you are not a cherub. If you have the gift of prophecy, but have not love, your prophecy is suspect. Brothers and sisters, prophecy without love will not lift the people. If you understand the all, but know not love, you are a dullard. Forgive yourself and move on, becoming translucent. Become translucent by releasing yourself from a festering guilt, as you also forgive the trespasses of others. Behold, only those who become translucent in the clear light of self-illumination in love and forgiveness, which is our common birthright as sentient beings in Yah, know the mystery of the forgiveness of Christ, that is love. And only those souls experience the great ecstasy that is love. All others know it only by reputation. Wherefore I say, desire to know the great ecstasy personally. If you give gold to feed the poor, but give not love, you are stingy. Yea, and though you have all things except love, you are in poverty. If you have faith to move a mountain, but have not love, your mountain will fall on you. If you be so brave as to submit to torture without betraying others, but have not love, you torture yourself. Let your bravery be baptized in love. And though you shelter the homeless without love, you have no shelter from the storm. Love is patient. Love is compassionate. Love is kind. Love is humble, yet exalted. Love is tender, yet powerful. Love is not jealous. Love is not envious. Love is not slanderous. Love gives no ear to gossip and does not gossip. Love is not rude. Love is not malicious. Love is not defeatable. And never believe that love is without humor. Prophecies may go unfulfilled, but love never fails. Not in the long run, neither in the given moment of the truly translucent ones in love. Only in the long run is the true victor revealed, and her name is love. All else is merely unripe. Amen. So be it. Let this enchantment be chanted by the friends of love who gather in the last days. For this is white magic, and you, O reader, are a white magic wizard only when you wield the magic wand called love with wisdom that gives birth to ever-increasing spiritual power in Yah. Yea, prophecies have an end, and races have a finish line, but love has no end. Love is eternal. Knowledge may be lost, tongues may be silenced, but love endures. Love forgives. Love does not hold grudges. Love always hopes for the best and believes in the best, yet intervenes with wisdom as a warrior wherever ignorance harms the children of Yah, wielding the sword of truth in relatively nonviolent warfare. For none are entirely without violence, and all the things manifest as spirals, to yet again defeat the ancient enemy of love and wisdom. Love possesses without being possessive. Love embraces without iron chains. Love serves all, yet reigns as queen. Love looks for the best in others and finds it, calling it forth to shine. Yea, goddess love is the queen of queens. Praise her name, all creatures great and small. Give thanks to mother love and share her love with the world. Wed her with wisdom in the bridal chamber within. One of my absolute favorite verses of that is, love looks for the best in others and finds it, calling it forth to shine. Even when we're dealing with trolls on the internet or whatever, even in real life, looking for the best in another soul and like not accepting. It's kind of like a parent who, your child is acting unruly. You don't Well, a good parent isn't going to be like, "Oh, you're such a brat," and like speak negatively to that child. You're going to say, my child is well behaved, or use positive affirmations to pull the best of them and to highlight that, rather than being in the negative. And so often we don't do that with our brothers and sisters. And yeah, that's really, really important. Love looks for the best in others and finds it. It's not just looking, and it's able to find that best thing and call it forth. I was dealing with someone that was trolling on a vegan page a while back, and basically they were just saying really like crazy things, and I'm just like, I don't accept that what you're saying is who you truly are. Like, deep down inside, that this isn't right, and all of these things. And actually, they ended up sending me a message and saying, no one has ever treated me like that. And then they also went into saying that they were just trolling and trying to get a rise out of people. But the point is that other people reading can see that interaction. And for me, at least, I've had so many interactions that have been negative, especially with non-vegans. Just we're trying to like force them to be awake, and they don't get it. And sometimes, well, very often, especially online, when people are behind screens and there's not really any consequences, you're not actually looking into someone's eyes as you say the things. You can say a lot, people can be a lot more mean online because they're not, that personal connection isn't actually there. Um, Plenty of conversations have gone that way. But I can see, in contrast with this recent event, or recent conversation, that the way that I approach it is so much better, because it actually produced fruit in the end that brought that person closer to the light. So yeah, it's so important that we look for the best in others and find it. Like this isn't the behavior that's coming from you. We should understand that you wake up in this world, and then you're subject to your parents, whatever they train you as. You're subject to whatever happens to you at school. All of these different factors that can either help you and heal you, or hinder you and hurt you, right? And we're all just at different levels of hurt and healing, and trying to get to where we're going. And love is like the best thing that we could all be doing. It's like, hey, everyone, I got a boat and it's loving and we're going this way. Everybody jump on. Let's just all find that loving place. And then we can remember the prophecies from the book of Enoch. It described the two different futures. One was that blessed path, and one was the current path that is leading toward that transhuman AI new world order that the powers that be are planning. But the blessed future was one where love was important. It was, people understood that even water was connected with divine love, and so the waters were treated with respect. And when you were consuming those waters, they were loving, instead of, unfortunately, the water systems that we have today, including fluoridation and ozonation and all of these different factors that we're doing to the water to separate it and tarnish it from its divine creation. But back to the love thing, it describes that whole civilization as cooperative and unifying and loving. And that is a possible future that, even still, as we're going down the wrong path, we can still change directions at any point. And those changing factors are us. Like, we have to kind of be I don't know what the right term would be. I'm kind of picturing these like kind of like a ship's rudder, how they turn and they can direct the water a different way. We get to go and stand in the way of the stream of humanity and be like, we're going this way, and we're those forces that help shove the path from going this way to this way. But there needs to be enough of us that is causing that wall of love, so to speak, so that we can actually shift from this hateful timeline that we're in to the more loving and kind. And it's how we have to show up. Someone recently in one of the conspiracy groups was like, I hate the internet. I wish I could, I wish I could punch people in the faces. And I was like, it sounds like you should probably get off the internet and go find some peace and love. And they're like, well, this world is built off of violence. And yeah, well, that is true. While this fallen world is built off of violence and hatred, we don't have to take that on. Sure, it doesn't matter what situation that you were born into. You could have been born into a satanic family that was doing human sacrifice and all this stuff. That doesn't mean that that's where you have to stay your entire life. The environment that you get placed in doesn't mean that that's where you have to be forever. So we all can come out of this negative matrix that we've been living in and say, no, maybe we were raised to be divisive and, hate your neighbor essentially, right? Especially if they have a different color of skin, a different religion, if they come from a different country, like all of these factors, right? We can say, no, we're not going along with that programming because that's wrong. We see how it ends up in a world just full of suffering and hurt and separation. And realistically, that goes against the very fiber of who we all are, because we all are, we're all, the divine spark of Yah is within all of us. So that we're all the same inside. Although we have our different personalities and individuality, we are all one in that. And this whole illusion of separation is causing so much suffering because that's not who we are. It's like we're supposed to be one big happy family, getting along and raising each other up. And that can happen. The sooner that we help heal our sick family members, the faster that'll happen. And obviously we're not totally healed ourselves, right? We have our own work to do. But some people are further along down the path than others. Some people have a little bit higher awareness. And those of us that do, we kind of have to compensate for those that don't and really step up our spiritual game so that we are not getting sucked into squabbling with people on the internet. It's just like when we have conversations, we're always coming from a place of maturity and trying to plant seeds and bring them to a higher place rather than this like personal vendetta trying to win the argument or whatever. It's like we have to be a little bit more crafty and wise about our replies, more like we're sitting down playing chess and the person that's across from us is a child that doesn't know how to move the pieces. And it's just like, okay, come on, we're trying to pull you into the light because all this child's mentality is just bacon, right? They don't understand anything more than that. It's just like, okay, come on, come to the light. And you can't get them to come to the light by being like, you're an idiot, all these things. So anyways, love. Hey, D. Owens, how's it going? D. Ray Owens. Beautiful, thank you. David D says, love is the key thing love is the key thing the master brain is missing. The brain without the heart leads straight to hell. Exactly, I think that's a quote right from Enoch as well, talking about that because humans are made to make decisions with mind and heart together, just like it goes all the way back to that creation story of Yah and how it was divine heart and divine mind, and that's still part of who we are. So those imbalance should be making all of our decisions. And yeah, exactly like you said, the master brain makes decisions with the head and not with the heart. So that's when it can go in and say, all right, let's get a list of everyone that is on Medicaid or Medicare, right? And the government can be like, okay, well, this person is costing us too much. They don't work enough. They don't bring in enough. So they're expendable. Let's just cut them off. They don't care. They don't care about that this is someone's child, that this is someone's grandmother, that this is someone's loved one. They don't care. So hopefully we can avoid that timeline. Hello, Osiris. How's it going? Love is an extreme sense of fondness. A machine must be fond of its parts to use to the best of its ability. Love is the mechanically orderly, not simple kindness. Well, we could definitely get into a whole discussion on how much or the nuances of what love is. But yeah, I would agree that a machine is, well, I don't know if it must be fond of its parts, because a machine could be unhappy with its parts, maybe, especially if you had a really high-tech AI robot thing and it's just like, my creator should have given me a better, and like, parts or whatever, like just different factors that maybe, but I understand what you're trying to say. Um, Especially when it comes to AI and wanting to survive and stuff like that. Um, I think that the real love goes much deeper than that, and it's not just about a fondness, um, because realistically, you don't have to be fond of somebody to love them, um, or really like on a personal level. You can love them just because they are that divine spark of Yah, while being like, the way that you shine kind of rubs me a little bit the wrong way sometimes. So I'm going to spend my time over here. That's fine though. Shine on. That's great. Not for me. I'll be over there. Right. Um, so, so yeah, I don't know. I guess different forms of love as well, and different degrees and different ways of love. Right. Because there's a romantic love, and then there's the love that you have for your family. So love is very deep. So yeah. Anyways, we'll have to talk about that some other times. I know how like the Greeks that had like seven different types of, seven or nine or something. Anyways, they defined multiple different types of love. So that would be kind of fun to jump into. Maybe we'll do that this month since it is Love Month. Divity says, has the Queen seen Bolt, the fastest android to date? Is that the one that you posted in your group? Because I did see that one this morning. It was going like 10 kilometers per second or something. It definitely reminded me of growing up and like when I was 12, seeing the Terminator for the Terminator movies, and just like having this kind of paranoia or fear of these huge, like super fast robots charging after me. Yeah, it's kind of funny, but also not really funny. But yeah, anyways, I have seen that, and it'll be really interesting to see what other things come from all of this as soon as they start putting these robots in the workplace. I mean, people are already competing with AI in a lot of different realms, but I'm seeing obviously more workplaces implementing AI that's literally going to be used to replace those workers. And so many people haven't really cottoned on to that yet. They're going to be competing against robots for their job. The robot doesn't have an attitude, doesn't have a personality, doesn't need to take a break, doesn't need to go home to see its kids. It can just work. The robot doesn't make mistakes, all these different factors that they're going to, pile up against humans. And then they'll be like, but human, if you want to, you want to get some skin in the game, why don't you just get this Neuralink? Why don't you just get these, who knows, those like exoskeleton type things they might make like who knows what kind of modifications that are going to try to even sell to us to try to compete with the ones that are taking our jobs. Crazy, crazy stuff. So yeah, hopefully you're just standing right in the river of humanity's way, trying to direct them towards love and away from this transhuman stuff. Because yeah, we're the only ones that are standing in the way of that future, because that's what the powers that be have planned, and the majority of humanity is just going along with it. They're completely asleep at the wheel. Well, yeah, they're not even in the passenger seat anymore, right? Or in the driver's seat anymore. They're in the passenger seat, and they're just letting everything happen because they're so consumed with the 9 to 5 hamster wheel and everything else that they can't even question why they are in this reality. None of us came here to work a 9 to 5 on a hamster wheel to be working for corporations that don't care about us, that are destroying the earth, that are literally working towards our future enslavement. There is a purpose for all of this and a reason that you came here. So finding that out is what I would encourage you to do. If you haven't, if you don't really know where to start, you can always start by going out and doing kind acts. In the Holy Megillah, the little ones in butterfly school would go out to the pond and try to save drowning bugs like Ezra the frog. So little acts of kindness, and more light will be revealed to you as you dedicate yourself to that path to finding your holy work and actually aligning with it and being a light to this world. All right, I am going to jump off of here and get ready for this weekend full of activities. Well, not really full of activities, but I have to make some stuff for the potluck tomorrow, which I'm not sure I'm going to show you tomorrow what I've made, and probably just tell you what I did instead of making a video, because it's a lot of stuff going on. And I'm going to help set up for church, got to move some tables around and do all that kind of stuff. And yeah, tomorrow will be the church service. If you're not signed up for the Zoom link, like I said, on the Essene website, on the video tab, you can not only sign up for the church service, but you can also watch older videos of different teachings related to the Holy Megillah. So if you're interested in that, I would encourage you to do so. I hope that you have a wonderful Valentine's Day. If you with or without someone, well, the thing is that everyone in our lives should be considered special, but if you don't have a partner, you can still embrace love. Yesterday we read about the kiss of remembrance. So for me, I don't who the heck is St. Valentine's Day and St. Valentine anyways? Like, I don't believe history personally. And it seems to me that the ones that we're told to celebrate are most often not good spiritual leaders or examples. So for me, this Valentine's Day is actually, like, the whole celebration of this month is more about that kiss of remembrance that we read about yesterday, where Jade and Jana, they kiss, and Jana remembered who she was and all that stuff. Their love that started it all. This is a love story, and it started off with love, and there's been some bumpiness, but it all is loving. Like I was saying before, God and Goddess love us so much that no matter how far we spiral down the ladder, it's like they're not going to let your soul just go into non-existence. They're like, nope, come back up. Okay, try again, kiddo. Like, it's just so loving that the way that they see us, the way that they are forgiving, and their mercy for us. So I hope that you have a wonderful day, and full of love and great things. May God and Goddess bless you.